74%. It's priced at $7.30. There's nothing not to like about this stock. Now, I don't yet know what the chart looks like. I don't yet know what the news is, but just from this technical perspective, I can tell you this is something I'm interested in. This one, probably not, because the float's 46 million shares. And usually when they're cheaper with higher floats, they're very thickly traded. They move very slowly. So this one is out. This one is a little cheaper as well, but could be considered. This one doesn't have much volume yet, so probably nothing there. This one, a little cheaper, but floats low. This one, a little too cheap, below $1. A lot of volume today, 36 million shares, but it's cheaper. This one at 136 million share float, that's too high. All right, so I go through this scan here, and then step 2 is I read the breaking news. All right, so if I pull up the platform here, I can pull up the news in 2 places. I could pull it up on our website on Warrior Trading, or I can pull it up right here inside this platform. So inside the platform, I can click on the headline and I can pull it up and I can see, what the news is on this particular stock. All right, and just like that, now I've got the news. Something that's worth noting, I have known traders who say they will never read a news headline. They like to know a stock has news, but they're not going to read it. Why would you say that? Why would you not want to read the news? We trade the technicals. We trade the chart. So sometimes when you read the news, you form a bias. I'll give you an example. I suffer from migraine headaches, and so I have a lot of medications I take for it. And there was one day where I was trading, and there was a stock that had breaking news that they had just come out with a big migraine treatment. Very good clinical data results from it. And I went in big. I was like, this is huge. I was putting my bias on the stock, on the news. The chart actually wasn't that great, and I ended up losing quite a bit of money on that trade. And, I would have been better off if I hadn't read the news quite so closely. So I think you could argue either way. It is good to understand that there's news, but when you read, especially on these biotech stocks, some of these headlines, I don't know what all of these different things are. Chronic prosthetic joint infections. I'm not going to pretend I'm a doctor. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. So at the end of the day, I'm trading the technicals of the chart. So step number 3, we got to analyze those charts. And I did throw a little picture here of the stock scanners on my phone just to show you guys what those look like. So I am doing that pretty much every day. One of our other featured members is Max. He's a college student from Arizona, and he began trading when he was in college. And this was during the during the COVID sort of pandemic stock market boom, when a lot of people were getting into the market because of the lockdowns. So he was one of the people that got into it, and he earned his $1 million badge very quickly. I was really impressed with him. And this is Ferdy. He's from Chicago. He works for the NBA. He and I went to a Celtics game together. It was really a lot of fun. I got to, it was just amazing. Anyways, he earned his 100K club badge, and he's trading in the mornings, and then he's got his full-time job the rest of the day. So it's, again, sort of finding that balance. And actually, I got COVID the day after I took this picture with him. So anyways, number 3, my number 1 favorite setup for timing entries and exits on a strong momentum stock. Okay, now wait. I want you to promise you won't throw hard-earned money into the market before you've proven you can be profitable in a simulator. Please. I know you're going to be excited. I'm excited. I love trading. I know you probably are feeling my excitement, and you're probably as excited as I am, because this is an amazing career. It really is. But be patient. The market will be here for you. What I don't want you to do is to go throwing your money into the market right now before you really know what you're doing. You probably know just enough to be dangerous. Okay, so really, recognize that you will know a lot more even a month from now than you know today. So you know what? Save your account for then. Really, trade in a simulator for the next 30 days. Prove it. Can you be profitable in a simulator? If you can, maybe you're worth investing some real money in the strategy that you're trading. If you're not, well, I'm glad you're in a simulator. Keep practicing until you get better. You can still manage your metrics. You can monitor all of them. You can do everything you would do with real money. You just do it in a safe environment. It's really the way you should learn. Okay, so now with that out of the way, this is a little excerpt from Chapter 8 of my Strategies and Scaling course, which is the heart of my Warrior Pro membership. Okay, so this is on buying the first pullback. This currently is my favorite setup. I trade it almost every single day. So I try to find, number 1, a stock between 2 and 20 that's squeezing up 20 to 30% on news pre-market or at the open. My strategy is buying the first and second pullbacks with a stop at the low of each pullback. Don't worry if any of this is over your head. I am going to walk you through all of this. And for those of you whose heads are exploding from all the things going on inside this platform demo and just watching this, I teach these classes for traders who are brand new, who have never taken a trade in their entire life. And I also teach it to intermediate and experienced traders who are looking to refine their skills and learn a new strategy. So I can walk you through all of this stuff. So don't feel overwhelmed because we can come back to it. All right, so I like to buy the first and second pullbacks with a stop at the low of each pullback. This is my strategy. And I like to add to winning positions and buy more shares as the stocks move higher. I take profits into extensions and squeezes as they move up towards 50 to 75% gain on the day. Why does this setup work? How have I been able to trade it for so many years? The stock is moving because it has news. Algos, high frequency trading algorithms, retail traders, and even some institutional traders will keep buying it as it goes higher. There's a phenomena in the market that people don't want to buy a stock until it's already moving up. And once it moves up, people will pay higher and higher prices for it. It's like the Beanie Baby craze, you know? It's like all of a sudden people value it, now they're paying higher and higher prices. If you remember, Tesla went up like 400% in a very short period of time because people were just paying higher and higher prices. You can capitalize on that in the market by understanding that it's a pattern that happens every single day. And it's a pattern based on human emotions and the way we interact with the financial markets. So by knowing this, we can learn to capitalize on it. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for a stock that's moving up on news. I'm not going to try to guess which stock is going to go up. I do not send out trade alerts. I do not send out text alerts. I'm not trying to predict this stock is going to go to the moon. I wait for a stock to start to move. And once the stock starts to move, I figure out why it's moving, typically because of news. And then I look to jump on the first and second pullback, and it's that simple. All right, so the more it moves up, the more people want to buy it. And usually this creates a massive imbalance between supply and demand, which creates even more volatility. So as a basics on candlesticks, I'm using candlestick charts. So the charts that you're seeing in this platform, these are all candlestick charts. These have been around for a very long time. They're the most popular chart for technical traders. And it's not just for trading stocks. People use it for cryptocurrency, for futures, for Forex. The reason they're popular is because each candlestick communicates 4 pieces of information. Those 4 pieces of information include the open, the close, the high, and the low. 4 pieces of information. And the open on a red candle starts at the top and the close is at the bottom. So based on these 4 pieces of information, we can draw conclusions. Let's say a candle is red, it opens here, it goes like this and like this. What does this tell you? Weakness. It's terrible. Stock's going down. Okay, good. So you are learning the language. This is a language, just like reading a stop sign. This is a sign, it's a signal. It's telling you weakness. Well, let's change this around for just a moment. What if it's a candle that looks like this? That's odd. It opened and closed at exactly the same price, but it had this lower wick, but then came back up. Well, this certainly communicates indecision. What about a candle like this? Something like that. Very small body, but higher upper wick and lower wick. Again, this communicates indecision. So indecisive markets are not usually where I want to be a buyer. I want to be getting out. I want to be trading markets where things are moving quickly and where they're moving cleanly. So the more you trade, the more you will learn this language of the financial markets. Learning a language, whether you're learning French or Spanish, or you're learning the financial language, the more you immerse yourself in the communities that are speaking this language, that are talking in this language, the faster you will learn it. You'll learn French a lot faster if you go move to Paris, right? And you'll learn the language of financial markets a lot faster if you immerse yourself in a community that is talking in this language every single day. And of course, that's what we're doing in our chat room here at Warrior Trading, and that's what I'm doing in my broadcasts. These individual candlesticks, very strong candlesticks, come together to form multi-candlestick patterns. So multiple candlesticks together form recognizable patterns. These patterns are very clear entry and exit signals. If you do not know how to read them, it is the equivalent of driving a car without knowing the traffic signals. You're going to be the person blowing through a stop sign, blowing through a red light. There's an obvious stop sign. What are you doing? You're going to get wrecked. You don't know what you're doing because you don't know how to read the language. So just like trading, I see this all the time. I see an obvious stop sign on a chart, a sell signal, but someone says they took a loss because they didn't respect it, because they didn't read it. They didn't know how to see it yet. Once you see it, it's almost like a magic eye, those old posters. Once you see it, it's like, whoa, I cannot unsee it. But I remember a time, even for me, when I was not able to read and see. You know, I couldn't, it wasn't there. And then it flipped. And it was just through experience. So most day traders use 1 minute and 5 minute charts. So the time frame is shown in the corner of the chart. And you can switch to different time frames as you'd like. But I use 1 minute, 5 minute. And then down here I have a daily chart. This is a daily chart. And then over here, I actually have a 10-second chart. This is a very fast-moving time frame, but this can be helpful when we're trading stocks that are moving quickly. So each candle is 10 seconds of time. So every 10 seconds, a new candle is going to open. All right, so this red candle is going, and in 3, 2, 1, approximately, new candle opens, right? More or less. All right, so every 10 seconds, a new candle is going to open. Same on the 1 minute. Every 60 seconds, a new candle opens. Every 5 minutes, a new 5-minute candle opens. So when we're looking at our stock charts, we're looking for these patterns that we know are going to communicate buy and sell signals. All right, so now that you understand the basics of charting, let's look at my favorite pattern. This is the pattern that I'm trading every single day. I look for a stock moving higher, big green candles. When it's having those big green candles, the stock is going to be hitting my high of day momentum scanners. So you're going to hear, as it's hitting those scanners, audio alerts. These scanners have audio alerts set up right here. I turn them on for the low float scans and the squeezing up 5 and 10% scans. I turn them off for 52-week breakouts and for medium floats because those aren't usually the stocks that I'm going to get super excited over. So with this scanner running, as a stock is moving up, CYTH, it's hitting the scanner, it's moving up. Now this one I could see as light volume, but we do see it has news right here at 4:15. It's a therapeutics company, and the stock went from about $1.80 to $2.50. That's how we would have found that stock right there. This is how I'm finding all of the trades that I'm taking, but 99% of them.